The next topic in Module 4 is water chemistry. Sources of water are classified as surface water and underground water. Surface water is further classified into rainwater, which is supposed to be the purest form but contains gases, suspended solids, etc. River water. It contains chlorides, sulfates, bicarbonates of sodium, calcium, magnesium, iron, etc., other organic matter, etc. Third is lake water. It contains organic matter. Fourth is seawater, the most impure form of natural water, which contains 3.5% of dissolved salts like sodium chloride, sulfates of sodium, bicarbonates of potassium, magnesium and calcium, potassium bromide, magnesium bromide, etc. The underground water includes spring and well water. It is clean due to the filtering action of soil. It contains some dissolved salts. Impurities in water are further classified into dissolved gases. Carbon dioxide and oxygen are the dissolved gases. Water may also contain ammonia and sulfur compounds like hydrogen sulfide, which gives foul smell to water. Second is dissolved solids. The soluble salts of calcium, magnesium, sodium, oxides of manganese, iron, lead, arsenic, etc. Third is suspended impurities. Solid particles can be removed by filtration or by settling. Suspended impurities are of two types. Organic impurities, which include wood pieces, particles of dead animals, leaf, fishes, bacteria, algae, protozoa, etc. These impart turbidity to water. Next is organic impurities, which includes clay, silica, oxides of iron, manganese, etc. The fourth type of impurity in water is microscopic matter. Pathogenic bacteria and microorganisms cause waterborne diseases. Now, what is boiler feed water? One of the questions which is asked regularly in the university exams. A boiler is a closed vessel in which water under pressure is transformed into steam by the application of heat. The water used in boilers is called boiler feed water. The steam generated should be pure and uncontaminated and is used for purposes like power generation, sterilization, drying, process heating, etc. What are the boiler troubles? The impurities present in boiler feed water bring problems to boiler and reduce its efficiency. The major boiler troubles are: first one, scale and sludge formation; second, priming and foaming; and third is boiler corrosion. Among these three, we will discuss scale and sludge formation and boiler corrosion. The first one, scale and sludge formation. During the production of steam, water is heated under high pressure to high temperature, which causes the water to evaporate. Hence, the impurities present in water get highly concentrated. Water evaporates and the impurities get concentrated. When they reach a saturation level, they get precipitated in the form of an adherent deposit, sticky deposit, which is termed as scale, or a loose, silky precipitate called sludge. So the adherent deposit formed is called scale and the loose, silky deposit formed is called sludge. Now first, what are the causes of scale formation? The deposit sticks to the inner walls of the boiler and is difficult to remove. The various dissolved salts of water contributing for scale formation are calcium sulfate, calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, magnesium chloride, and silica. These all contribute to the formation of scale in boilers. Now, calcium sulfate, how does it form scales? It is soluble in water, but as the temperature is increased, its solubility decreases. Hence, at very high pressure and temperature, calcium sulfate precipitates and the deposits on the walls of the boiler. Calcium sulfate at higher temperature precipitates and deposits on the walls of the boiler. First reason for the formation of scale. The second one, if bicarbonates are present as impurities, they precipitate as they are highly insoluble carbonates. We can see in the reactions which are given here, bicarbonates of magnesium and calcium. When the water is heated, these are converted into carbonates of magnesium and calcium along with the liberation of carbon dioxide and formation of water. These carbonates, magnesium carbonate and calcium carbonate, are highly insoluble in nature, which result in the formation of scale. Third reason is magnesium salts. The magnesium salts present in dissolved form of water get precipitated as their hydroxides at high temperature. At lower temperature, magnesium chloride is in the dissolved state. When it is heated with water, it is converted into magnesium hydroxide, which gets precipitated and hydrochloric acid is formed. The next reason for the formation of scale is impurities in water in the form of silicates of calcium and magnesium. These are slightly soluble in normal water, whereas they are highly insoluble in hot water and they precipitate and deposit as scale. Therefore, reasons for the scale formation are presence of calcium sulfate, which is soluble in water but insoluble in hot water, presence of bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, magnesium salts like magnesium chloride, and the fourth one is silicates of calcium and magnesium. Now, what are the disadvantages of scale formation? First, danger of scale formation. Scales form a coating on the inner walls of the boiler. When the boiler is heated, the metal gets heated up faster than the scales. The metal takes up heat and expands, while the scales do not expand much. Hence, the scales crack. Water enters through the cracks and comes in contact with the hot metal and immediately forms steam. This steam forms a pressure on the boiler walls which may crack under pressure and burst, and this is the danger of scale formation. The second disadvantage is lowering of boiler efficiency. Boiler parts may get choked by deposition of scales, thus lowering the boiler efficiency. Third is wastage of fuel. Scales being insulators do not conduct heat to the boiler. Hence, there is a waste of fuel. Fourth is increase in cleaning expenses. Scales need to be cleaned often. Hence, the cleaning expenses is major. The next problem, sludge. What are the causes of sludge formation? Sludge is a loose accumulation of suspended solids found in the colder and less turbulent sections of the boiler and in the distribution pipes. It is formed by substances that have greater solubility in hot water than in cold water, like magnesium chloride, magnesium carbonate, magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride, etc. If sludge is not removed periodically, it may settle down to form scales. Disadvantages of sludge formation. Colder parts of the boiler and distribution lines may get plugged by sludge. It results in waste of fuel as sludge is a bad conductor of heat. Sludge lowers the boiler efficiency and sludge causes an increase in cleaning expenses. What are the prevention methods? The scale and sludge formation is mainly due to the presence of salts of calcium and magnesium ions. Therefore, the scale and sludge formation in boilers can be prevented by eliminating these metal ions from boiler feed water. Hence, boiler feed water is subjected to suitable treatments like ion exchange process, desalination, etc. And the purified water has to be fed to the boilers. The next trouble in boilers is boiler corrosion. Boiler corrosion is a decay process in which the boiler surface gets degraded by the attack of feed water. It is caused due to the presence of dissolved gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide in the boiler feed water. Raw water has about 8 to 9 ppm of dissolved oxygen. Oxygen levels of more than 7 ppm causes boiler corrosion. The dissolved oxygen can attack the iron in the boiler and produce rust. Iron in the presence of water is attacked by dissolved oxygen O2 and is converted to ferrous hydroxide. This ferrous hydroxide reacts with more amount of oxygen forming hydrated ferric oxide. Fe2O3 is called ferric oxide with two water molecules, that is hydrated ferric oxide. It is nothing but rust. The boiler corrosion is caused by the presence of dissolved oxygen and can be prevented by eliminating oxygen from boiler feed water. The dissolved oxygen is removed by chemical treatment or mechanical de-aeration. What is this chemical treatment? Addition of reducing agents to boiler water removes dissolved oxygen. Reducing agent like N2H4 hydrazine is added to boiler feed water. It reacts with oxygen and is converted to H2O and nitrogen gas. Hence, the presence of concentration of O2 is decreased. The second reducing agent is sodium sulfide. It reacts with dissolved oxygen forming sodium sulfate. In this way, the amount of oxygen in boiler feed water can be reduced by chemical treatment. Second is mechanical de-aeration. It is another method to reduce dissolved oxygen in boiler feed water. The dissolved oxygen can also be removed by mechanical method. The water is made to trickle through a series of perforated hot plates fitted in a large chamber called de-aerator. The de-aerator is heated externally and connected to a vacuum pump to remove oxygen. Dissolved carbon dioxide is found in the boiler water either from air or due to the presence of residual temporary hardness. We have seen these reactions during which calcium and magnesium bicarbonates on heating are converted to calcium and magnesium carbonates or magnesium hydroxide with the release of large amount of carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide dissolves in water to produce carbonic acid. It is slightly acidic and corrosive in nature. H2CO3 is called carbonic acid, which is formed by the dissolution of carbon dioxide in water. Carbon dioxide can be eliminated from boiler water by the addition of calculated amount of ammonia. If magnesium chloride is present in boiler feed water, on hydrolysis it produces HCl or hydrochloric acid. Magnesium chloride reacts with water and forms magnesium hydroxide with the formation of HCl. This HCl produced reacts with iron of the boiler to form ferrous hydroxide, which on oxidation forms rust. Iron reacts with HCl forming ferrous chloride FeCl2. This ferrous chloride dissolves in water forming ferrous hydroxide and HCl. Further, the formation of HCl, again the rate of corrosion will increase. This ferrous hydroxide reacts with the dissolved oxygen forming hydrated ferric oxide or rust. Presence of residual alkali in the boiler water may lead to caustic embrittlement. Residual alkali is NaOH, which may lead to caustic embrittlement at the stressed regions of the boiler. Cracks will be developed in boilers because of this alkali, and to avoid these boiler problems, it is desirable to treat the boiler feed water before feeding it to boilers.